Everyone, here to talk to you today about puppies all week long. Just one of many videos, just something we're trying to do to get back into the community. People are asking questions all day long in our messages. It's easier just to go ahead and put content out. We just started a fresh new YouTube page. So got a lot of cool things coming for all you clickers out there that just want to watch videos and don't want to hear old Chris talk. But a couple weeks ago, I asked everybody what was the actual price of a puppy and got a lot of mixed responses and a lot of good answers. None of them was wrong. One thing that I think I was looking for was for somebody to just say priceless. There's no price you can put on a dog. I know people get in our inbox and they ask how much our puppies are. Just the first off, our puppies start at $1,200. There's no actual amount that you can put to it. There's no number you can get to it. I mean, there's costs in which doctor visits and things like that and upkeep come to the puppies that we just have to get back. But even at $1,200, that's not enough money. And people are say, I've never paid that much for a dog. I've never paid over $200. Well, what kind of dog are you getting for that? You pay for what you get, and that's within anything, not just dogs. It could be with your car. It could be with your house. You pay for what you get. You want a $200 Rottweiler? Send me a picture of what you got, and I'll send you a picture of what we got, and we'll compare. And you'll see there's a quality, there's a love that we put into it. When you think about getting a dog, when you think about getting a puppy, first of all, you got to figure out, do you even have time for one? Puppies need training. They need quality bonding time. They need socialization, and you can't be going to work for 10 hours a day and coming home to your puppy. They need outside time. So when you do come home from that shift, you can't just let your dog in the backyard and think that's enough for them. You actually need to go for a walk. You need to stimulate your dog. That's how you get them to stop from tearing stuff up in the house, is that they need something to do. That's a temper tantrum. They're bored. They've been in there waiting on you, and you let them out the cage. You take them outside for 10 minutes, bring them back in, and they're still wound up. They're happy to see you, but you're tired. So all of these things just come into mind when you're thinking about getting a puppy. Do I have time? Do I have the resources? Because let me tell you, if you're only willing to spend $200 on a dog, you're definitely not going to be able to spend anything on vet visits. I mean, we all know a vet visit costs a minimum of $150. I don't care who you're going to. I don't care if it's Sally Sue next door doing, shots and docs on tails. There's going to be a price to that. And it certainly can't be all on us. When we send puppies home, they get 2 rounds of shots. If you think about that, I mean, on a minimum of just 6 puppies, my vet bills cost way more than your LG&E and your water bill do. I promise you that. And so, we can't lose giving dogs away. We have to make sure that dogs go to a good home. And the reason why the price is what it is because I have to make sure you have the adequate amount of money or even the funds available to take care of these dogs if they get sick. That's the biggest thing for us. I could care less how much you give me. I just want to know you're financially able to take care of these dogs, because things happen. We guarantee their health, but there's no guarantee on anything in life. And just like with our kids, they have to go see a doctor. So vet visits, outside time, training, all of this we need to be thinking about before we get our puppy. Training, especially not just with our commands, but with potty training. So there goes your time coming into it, creating a schedule, which is the most important thing. A lot of people had COVID puppies and didn't realize that, I've been at home this whole time and now I'm going back to work. What's my dog going to do? Not what he's been doing with you, sitting at home and enjoying couch time. He's going to be going crazy. And we can't really talk to them and have them understand, like, look, mom, dad, we got to go back to work and, I'll be back. But they don't really understand that. So we've had a lot of problems with COVID puppies and things like that, coming with separation anxiety. And that's just typically, hey, Chris, I left the house for a couple of hours, came back and my house was destroyed. I can't do this no more. Well, that's because you were sitting on the couch every day, day in and day out, looking at your dog in the face, telling him how much you love him. So, of course, when you walk out that door, it's going to send them into a frenzy because they know you're going away for 10 to 12 hours. And time works differently for dogs. 30 seconds to us is quick. 30 seconds for them is a lifetime. So think about that when you get your next puppy and you're sitting on the couch and you're petting them. There's nothing wrong with bonding and showing love, but there has to be what we call boundaries. And so when you set up your boundaries, you have a good, solid foundation between you, your puppy, your training schedule, your outside time, your privileges in and out the house, especially when you're potty training. You got to have those boundaries, because then your dog's just running all over the house peeing and pooping. And I don't care if it's big or small. You got to control your space. So boundaries go for big and small dogs. If you have a really small dog and every door in the house is open, well, of course somebody wouldn't pee and poop. You're not taking them outside, and there's too much room in here. Things like that happen, especially in the cage when we get our puppies. The cage is too big, and we don't realize that those things that come in the packaging with the cage that looks like a side is actually a divider, and it goes in there and it cuts off space for the dog. Our puppies only need enough room to go in, turn around, and lay down. Anything else than that, I'm going to pee on one side and poop on the other. So when getting a puppy, first thing to think about, do you have time? That's easy. Do I have time? You check that off the list. Will I be able to afford vet visits? Yeah, I think I can work that in. My bills are caught up. I make good money at my job. I think I can pay for a $150 vet visit, starting off with puppies every 2 weeks. And then it spreads out to a couple months, and then you have your annuals. So first you're going to talk about, do I have time? Do I have enough funding for our vet visits? You're going to want to figure out, are you going to personally train? Are you going to find a trainer like yours truly? Your schedule, meaning outside time. Do I come home from work on my lunch and let my dog out? Do I take my dog with me to work? Do we get daycare through boarding service or somewhere? And one thing that I didn't talk about is socialization. Each one of these things I'm going to break down as the week goes on, and I'll talk about it. But socialization is that one thing that we're going to talk about in depth, because that's how we get reactive dogs and good dogs. It's all about socialization, and it starts all from this puppy stage. So please like, share, subscribe, whatever you want. Hit that button at the bottom. Show your boy some love. We're coming to you all week long with just videos of content and everything we need. So I appreciate you. Much love. Peace out.